welcome back to my channel, Planty Princess 92. My name is Ashley, and today I am going to be filming a very exciting video. At least I know I'm excited for it. I've been waiting forever to build this thing. When I first tried to order it, they weren't delivering to my area. Then they weren't delivering this product to my area. Well, I actually went to go show my mom what it was saying the other day on our way to kickboxing. And to my surprise, it was in stock and they were delivering to my area. So I quick snatched it up, put it in my cart, purchased it, and here we are today. So without any further ado, today we are going to be putting together the IKEA Milsbo greenhouse cabinet. So we'll go through, we'll put it all together. I'll kind of just be speeding through that process. I'll stop if there's anything specific I want to point out. Other than that, I'm just going to show you how I put it together, and then we'll install some lights, a fan, and some weather stripping, stuff like that. We'll drill the hole for the cords and all that good stuff. So let's just get started. So it looks like we got most of the frame set up. Now we're going to put the second layer of the bottom in. Say we're building an IKEA cabinet. No standing on it.
I can't say that word.
You could if you tried. Say today we're building a cabinet.
Today we're building a cabinet.
Good job. All right, so the frame is completely built. Next, we are going to be inserting the glass. This step I would recommend being very careful with. You definitely want to make sure you don't drop it or crack it. The rest of that I'll have to get off with a cleaner. So there's like, to hold the glass in, there's 12 of these big ones and then 3 of these small ones. You want to use the 3 small ones to hold the glass in. I believe the other ones are for to hold the shelves up. Looking so good. I am literally so excited. So we have to put the handles on, and I think the glass shelves in, and I think that's it. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Checked if the key works. The key works. So at the bottom there's also these little screw things, which I kind of pre-screwed in right before I started the video, just because it was the first step. It was something easy and minimal, but it looks like you can loosen them up a little bit to make your cabinet a little bit taller. Mine's all the way in. I'm gonna leave it just like that. At some point I will put a mat underneath the cabinet, just because I have brand new hardwood floor and I don't want it to scratch up the floor. But that's the only reason. It doesn't need one, especially if it's like on a carpet or even tile. It should probably be fine. So let's go ahead and put the shelves in, and then we'll get some of the accessories installed. And there we have it. This thing is just so adorable. It's so cute. I really love it. I'm excited to kind of get the accessories put onto it and get some plants put in there. So I'm going to get everything ready. We're going to put some grow lights, a fan. We're going to do some weather stripping, all that good stuff. And then we'll throw some plants in there. But I hate to break it to you, that is going to be a surprise in a whole nother video. Okay, so now we are in the grow tent. I'm going to be drilling my hole right here. This will be to feed the wires from the grow light and the fan out through the bottom of this cabinet. I got a 1 3/8" drill bit here, so that's perfect. That's not too big, not too small. It's going to be enough so the plug can actually fit through, and it won't be extravagantly big, so that way a lot of the humidity doesn't get out. I'm not going to do this, especially because I don't even know that they make them this small, but if you do choose to have a bigger hole, you can get like a desk grommet, I believe they're called, and that pretty much leaves a clear slab over your hole that has a little piece that can kind of push through, like you can feed stuff through it. Again, I'm not going to do that because I think this is too small, and I don't think it's going to make a big difference. So there are two areas there's two that I have to drill through. I have to drill through this top one and then the one below it. So I'm through the first one, and I'm not sure if this is going to fit through there to drill the second one. So I might have to come up through the bottom and just estimate it, which won't be that big of a deal as long as it fits through. My drill is too big. Okay, so I do not recommend what I'm about to try to do at home, especially by yourself. I am going to tilt this up against the wall so I can get in at an angle and drill the bottom part up through the bottom. I did lock the door so that way when I tilted this, the door wasn't flopping, and that makes it less likely for any of the glass to break. we're through. So that did work. It is a little off center. I'll just show you guys real quick. But you can barely tell, and it really will work just fine. Okay, so I just got done cleaning up the little mess I made with the metal shavings. That way they don't get stuck in my pants and like cut up my knees if I am kneeling on the floor again to get these grow lights in, which I probably will be. Okay, so first let's start the weather stripping. I got just this clear stuff to weather strip the front of the doors, probably across the top and down both of the front sides. We'll see what I actually do as I go, but that's my plan for now. So let's just get that going. The bottom has a lip, so I don't think it will be necessary to weather strip that, but the rest I'm definitely going to. Actually, the top I probably won't either, because there's also a lip at the top, so I probably won't do that to start. I'm sure I'll have extra of this, and if I don't, I can always order more if I feel the need. If the humidity is not keeping up in there, well, then I'll go ahead and I'll do that later on down the road. So that's good. We just need one side because they will overlap. So that definitely does cover up the gap that's in between. It's very minimal, but you definitely can see that there is one there. So especially because it's long, humidity would really soak up out of there. So this is definitely going to benefit keeping the humidity inside the grow tent. Now we'll go ahead and we'll do each side. So I'm actually a tiny bit short if I did want to do the top. I don't think it'd make a difference. I could probably really just use this. I don't think it would make a difference. But again, I am going to pass on the top for now. I will go ahead and get more if I need it, but because it has this little lip, I'm sure it will be fine. So we're gonna go ahead and get some grow lights in here. I have 2 grow lights. I'm going to put one at the top, skip a shelf, and then put one right under there. I did get double stick heavy duty Gorilla double-sided tape. If that doesn't work, I'll get some magnets or something like that. But I really think it will be just fine. I've heard some people have a problem, especially with the humidity, getting it to stick. So if that does occur, like I said, I'll get some magnets or something like that to hold them up. But for now, this is what I'm going to try. Okay, so we're finally ready to put in the lights. I am going to put 4 lights in, 1 on each tier. This is the light I decided to go with. It's just your standard LED grow light strip, I guess. I'm using magnets to attach them because I've heard a lot of people having issues with the double-sided stick tape. I initially did record putting in grow lights. 2 things that I am changing. The grow lights I got were grow lights that I actually did a video on. I liked them so much that I bought a second set for this. They ended up not working after I already had them all in, and I used super strong double-sided Gorilla Glue tape, and it was so strong I had such a hard time getting it off the glass. Luckily, I only had put 2 in at that point. I put 1 up there and 1 on the glass, so this one actually fell down, so it didn't stick to the metal as well as it did to the glass. But the glass, I literally took me a few days to get it off in order to return the lights. So I got a different pair of lights, and I'm gonna go with the magnets. I will link the magnets in the description below for anybody who's interested in using the same method. I had a hard time picking magnets because obviously they all say they're strongest magnets, the strongest magnets. And they're not all the strongest magnets. I saw a few people that use magnets in their videos. I commented and asked what magnets they used. They liked the comment, but unfortunately never responded. So I was on my own trying to pick out a set of magnets, and I got lucky. These are actually very good quality, strong magnets. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use 4 lights. I got this one cord that will attach. I got 3 of them, but this is actually a good length cord that attaches these lights without being too long. It's thin enough that it will fit through the sides, and then I have 1 power strip that will power all 4 of these lights. So let's just go ahead and get these bad boys installed. I'm going to start at the bottom, that way I can ensure that the plug is on the side I want it to be on, so it runs easily through the hole that I drilled. So these lights do work. I do like that they are a white color. I don't really like that red, purple, blue color. So that's another reason why I chose these lights, but they're pretty bright and I think they'll serve the purpose. There's the first step. So yes, I'm going to put these in diagonally. That way the cords don't get squished on the sides. Like I said, the cords are thin enough that they fit through the side of the glass, but I don't want them to get smushed up against the side of the walls and end up not working or working for a less amount of period of time because them being bent interferes with that. So we're just going to avoid that and put in the lights diagonally. I'll bring you in real close so you can get a better look, but if you can see here, I'm kind of just doubling down, and then I will use the black electrical tape to keep it in place and kind of conceal it a little bit so it looks a little more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Let's test these out. So that is a plus. All four work. They look really good. And now we'll start at the bottom with concealing these wires with the black electrical tape. I got Scotch brand electrical tape. Obviously it's black because I have a black frame. So we'll go ahead, go through, do that super quickly. Okay, so the tape is not as thick as I thought it was going to be. I don't think this is going to be as easy as I thought it was going to be. So I really don't think it's going to look that bad. What I'm actually just going to do is I'm just going to take pieces of the electrical tape and use it horizontally rather than vertically. Or you know what, I am going to run it vertically because there's a loop at the bottom that I can run it vertically along the frame, so that way it's not attached to the glass and looking sillier than it has to. So I just came in and stuck the tape here on each set where the wire just kind of double loops around to keep it confined to the frame of the greenhouse cabinet. Now that that's done, we will go ahead and insert the fan. As you can see here, I did insert already the hygrometer. It tells you the temperature, it tells you the percentage of humidity, it also tells you highs and lows of each, which is really great. There's also an app for it. I will link everything that I use in the description below. This is my favorite because I can kind of keep track through the app of how high and how low everything's been, so that way I know what I need to change to accommodate the plants and provide for them the correct humidity and temperatures that they need and like to thrive in. So now we'll go ahead. I got a black fan. I just got your standard 6-inch little comfort zone fan. I got it in black because the frame of mine is black. I am going to use the magnets, super glue or hot glued onto here. I'm going to attach it just to the roof of the cabinet, which is metal, so I don't need any additional magnets to kind of hold it up there. I am actually going to put it in the back corner and I'm going to run the wire out through the top with an extension cord to take it down, only because the wire may be long enough to just make it to the hole. So if I fed the extension cord, I don't know why I couldn't say that, if I fed the extension cord in through the hole that I made, it probably would work. But because I have the wires for the grow light running in the sides of the glass, there's not enough room on the sides that are opposite of the ones that are being fed through for this cord to also fit. I did test it. It does fit out through the top and still close. So I think that is my best option here. So we'll just, can you see that? Let me just position you where you'll be able to see. Okay, so I'm going to just attach it to this back corner. Now, as you just saw, I used 2 of the magnets to attach this, and I'm going to take this cord and it fits perfectly fine. I also use this little pamphlet actually from the IKEA thing to close the doors until eventually the weather stripping will kind of get a crease in it and stay up, but it closes without doing this. But I don't like the way it looks. It's like kind of crinkled in, like, let me just show you. So it just looks real unfinished, and I don't know if you can see that. So if I flatten it out, it just makes it really nice. So I kind of just hold it up with this. To do that, and you see it closes perfectly fine with that wire there. I will just have to use some electrical tape. Also, see, now you don't see that, and I like that much better. I will just use some electrical tape at the top somewhere here to hold that in place. That way I'm not having to hold the wire up every single time I need to close the door with my handy dandy IKEA pamphlet. But that will work really great. So I think that pretty much sums up my cabinet. I am so excited to get some plants in here. Unfortunately, that will be in another video for you guys. So stay tuned and look out for that. I'm going to have lots of really awesome, neat plants in this cabinet, and I can't wait to try it out. So just real quick, we'll sum it up with the overall review. I did end up weather stripping the top of the doors as well because, like I said, their hole is at the top. It seeps in this way, not this way. So I did that. We got weather stripping down one side of the door, down both sides of the insides of the door to keep the humidity seeping out through the sides here. I have 4 grow lights attached with magnets and a fan also attached with magnets. And then my hygrometer that I attached with double-sided interlocking Velcro. So that's everything I have for my IKEA greenhouse cabinet, the Milsbo version. I am super excited to try this out. Thank you guys for joining me and helping me install this cabinet. I hope there was some very helpful tips for you to install yours. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in the content I provide. And as always, every plant's a princess. Bye.